I'm so angry with how my life turned out. Trigger warnings, I guess. I quite frankly had a terrible childhood that left me with physical and mental scars and a lovely dose of CPTSD. Left home to try to do the right thing for my mental health and got misdiagnosed and drugged wrongly for the better part of 10 freaking years, all because I'm a freaking woman. Had I been a boy when my mother took me, LD have already had the right diagnosis, but no. During the last part of that decade I got married and fell pregnant despite doctors saying you shouldn't but refusing to tie my tubes. My marriage was abusive marriage and doctors still refused to tie them, frick you doctors. Now I'm raising a kid alone. A high-needs neurodivergent and chronically ill child, chronically defiant kid, whom I love but I just want a freaking break in life. I'm angry LVE missed out on my life. I'm angry that it wasn't even fun drugs, that decade feels stolen from me. I'm angry the child I didn't want but my ex did, is left solely to me, and I'm thousands in debt for her too. I'm angry at parents who send their kids to school sick. I'm angry. I'm angry, I'm so freaking angry. The child is sick again and I booked tickets last year for my first ever big concert for a band LVE waited years for, next week. And now it looks like I'll miss that cause of a sick kid again. There goes $400 plus and the first thing for me in a long time. And to be honest, I'm angry that even if I get to go, I'm nowhere I want to be. I barely have clothes that fit. I used to be fit and I genuinely have no time or energy now. Between the child who still doesn't sleep through the night due to his disability, meetings, and doctor's appointments and my own autoimmune disorder and other health issues, I'm just done in. It's not like it matters if I look like crap, but it does to me. It genuinely feels like I was just born to serve, if not a man, then this child who doesn't know the meaning of shut up. My therapist says I'm in burnout and empathy fatigue and I just was sort of like yeah, no surprise Sherlock. But how the frick am I ever supposed to get out when the child is always around and when she is home every second week sick and between that and dementia daddy? I still need to show love and care for her. I just want to not wake up anymore. I don't want to give a flying flip about another person or their feelings or needs or whatever. EFF off. My child stripped me from my every right. Wherever I go, my 2-year-old has to come along because I'm his only caretaker. There is a place I love to go to. It's the share house I used to live in. I only lived there for a year, but I made amazing friends and I had an incredibly good time. I even conceived my baby there, lol. The owner supported me and became like a mother figure ever since I moved in, and we're still very close. She doesn't have any children of her own, and she's very busy with work, so I visit her place whenever I miss her. That house has a very good vibe and it just feels like home. My current place is only 3 minutes away by foot, so I go often. At the moment, the owner's sister who is pregnant and another woman live there. The last time I visited, I had to bring my son with me and I only went there because I felt like I was going to lose my mind if I stayed alone with him for another minute. I wanted a change of atmosphere and I was craving some communication. While we were there, my son was playing around with some marbles while I was trying to relax. However, he was getting a little wild, so I had to intervene from time to time. The pregnant sister and that woman were also hanging around. There is a huge common space where we can work, eat, or relax. Long story short, I eventually ended up cutting the visit short because my son was playing too loudly. The moment I got home, I got a message from the owner, who wasn't there by the way, telling me that my son and I created distress and gave everyone a hard time. The sister told the owner that my son was breaking things, which was not true, and the other woman complained that she was about to have a panic attack because she has a depressive episode and gets anxious when there's people around. At that point, my last hope just died. I felt incredibly betrayed and abandoned. She also told me not to come unannounced anymore. I don't mean to act entitled because I'm a mother and I deserve special treatment, but I can see that wherever I go, nobody wants a mother and a noisy snotty toddler around. I lost my rights to exist outside my house because of him. And they say that it takes a village. I cried for hours that day because I felt so alone and hopeless. All I wanted was to be around someone other than my child and just hang out. I don't have the right to even do that. I guess I'm supposed to live in isolation now? Just because I have a child who is too little to understand that loud isn't nice. I am so tired of being all alone and being cut off by everyone like that. This child took away every right that I had left. What a miracle is to have a child.